Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Now tyrant Putin blames Britain for starting WW2 and excuses Nazis as his officials say UK instigated conflict. Despot Vladimir Putin has launched a scathing attack on Britain, with Russia now blaming the UK for instigating World War II. Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, SVR, shockingly excused Adolf Hitler and the Nazis for their deplorable actions, hours after Moscow expelled 2 British diplomats for spying. A statement from SVR has claimed that Britain is always the main instigator of global conflicts. They even appeared to say that the British government is sitting it out in regards to the ongoing Ukraine war. It comes despite Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer being praised in recent weeks for leading the European charge for peace and standing alongside Ukraine. The twisted Kremlin agency said, "As we can see, London today, just as it did on the eve of both world wars of the last century, acts as the main instigator of the global conflict." At the same time, the British themselves, obviously, are again counting on sitting it out on their island. It is time to expose them and send a clear signal to the treacherous Albion and its elites: you will not succeed. It added that the UK sees a threat to its interests, over the US and Russia working together to resolve the Ukrainian conflict. The statement added, per TASS news agency, Starmer, cabinet bends over backwards to strengthen the sustainability of the Kiev regime in the face of growing pressure from Washington. The PM's office issued a furious response blasting the comment, a completely farcical. A spokesperson said, "There is just one country that has launched an unjustified invasion on a sovereign country that has abducted around 19,000 children, that continues to target critical national infrastructure, to starve innocent children and the elderly of heat and light. There is only one country that is sending thousands of its own sons and daughters to their deaths in pursuit of an imperialist ideology." The comments follow on from another dispute between London and Moscow earlier today. Putin expelled 2 British diplomats after reportedly accusing them of being spies. Russia's Federal Security Service, FSB, announced a pair of workers connected to Britain's embassy in Moscow have just 2 weeks to leave the country over the espionage fears. Both individuals deliberately declared false information about themselves when entering Russia, the FSB claimed. They were also accused of intelligence and subversive activities that threaten Russia's security, according to local media. The Brits are believed to be a 34-year-old man and a 32-year-old woman. But the British Embassy in Moscow and the UK Foreign Office quickly hit back at the claims and dismissed any spying allegations. A Foreign Office spokesperson told The Sun, "This is not the first time that Russia has made malicious and baseless accusations against our staff." Russia's Foreign Ministry later responded by saying they have an uncompromising line on this issue of spying. They said, "It was once again emphasized that Moscow will not tolerate the activities of undeclared British intelligence officers on Russian territory, and that Russia's uncompromising line on this issue will be formulated in accordance with the interests of national security. British citizens are strongly advised to provide only reliable and complete information about themselves when applying for a Russian visa." A warning was also made that if London escalates the situation, the Russian side will give a decisive mirror response. The Russian allegations follow on from British authorities catching a Russian spy ring who carried out espionage operations for Putin's regime in Britain while betting each other. 2 women, known as the Killer Sexy Brunettes, were in a love triangle with a leading member of the cell of 6 Bulgarian spies living and working in the UK. The group plotted honeypot stings and conducted spying missions on behalf of Russia across Europe from Britain for lavish sums of money. The spy ring was run by former city tech worker Orlan Rousev, 46, and targeted Putin's opponents as well as assisting the Russian war effort against Ukraine. Glamorous lab assistant Katrin Ivanova, 33, and beautician Vanya Gabarova, 30, were today convicted at the Old Bailey of espionage offenses under the Official Secrets Act. Gabarova's painter and decorator ex-boyfriend Tihomir Ivanshev, 39, of Enfield, North London, was also convicted of spying charges. By Mike Sullivan, a counterterrorism chief, has warned of the growing trend of Russia using criminal proxies to spy on British soil. Commander Dominic Murphy, the head of the Metropolitan Police Counter-Terrorism Command, vowed never to take his eye off the ball as he hailed his team's success. He said, "This is one of the largest and most complex examples of a group working for a foreign state to conduct intelligent surveillance operations here in the UK, so it is a very significant case, and I am very proud of the investigation team and the success they have had." This investigation uncovered spying on behalf of the Russian state on an industrial case, in this case committed by a group of Bulgarians contracted by an individual to conduct that spying on behalf of Russia. As the UK becomes a more hostile environment, as a result of our work, we will see them increasingly use proxies to conduct their activities. The ring was smashed in raids on properties in London and ringleader Orlan Rousev's address in Great Yarmouth in February 2023, where police uncovered a treasure trove of high-tech spyware. On the challenges faced by enemy states operating on UK soil, he said, "Within counterterrorism, policing, we are seeing more than 20% of our demand now coming from threat posed from foreign states to our national security, so this is an ever-growing challenge for us. We are committed to working closely with intelligence agencies in this country and our international partners to disrupt activity by foreign states. We have been working hard to make the UK a hostile working operating environment for these countries, and this is an example of that because this group were contracted to operate on behalf of Russian intelligence services, because this is a hostile environment for them to operate indirectly here. So some positives, but we will never take our eye off the ball working with our partners to keep the UK safe."